Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Effect Podcast stream of, an adventure which we're running. I've only been saying this for the best part of 2 years, so I can't remember that we're playing Mercy of the Icons.
Shadow of the Zenith, did you call it, Matthew?
And this particular episode is the first part of the last adventure in the second book of Mercy of the Icons, which is called The Shadow of the Zenith. And it may be a time for new listeners and watchers to jump aboard. So maybe we should take this opportunity to introduce ourselves. I'm Matthew. I'm the GM and the person that remembers everything that's going on in the story, including the title of the story eventually. Shall we start down here with Tony?
Yeah, hi, I'm Tony. My character is Yaqub and Ghazi, character who, what feels like a very long time ago, was a private investigator back on Coriolis station, originally from Kura. Quite a lot has transpired since then in partnership with Oshian Sparta on the side.
That's going to be a handover, Dave.
Pay attention.
That's fine.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm too busy trying to work out what to spend my 6 experience on, but I haven't got that.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So hi, I'm Dave. I am the co-host of the Effect Podcast, and in this game, which, as Tony said, has been running for nearly 2 years for some of this, I'm playing Oshian Sparta, who was formerly a private detective on Coriolis, but events have taken a turn for the weird, and here we are now with the rest of the crew. Now, which is the weirdest person for me to segue to? let's just go up, because that's easy. That wasn't a comment on your weirdness, man.
Yeah, I'm Mohammed. I'm playing Zaki Barakat, a member of the Order of the Cold Flames, who had some relations with Oshian and Yaqub. And he hopefully...
Friendly relations.
Friendly, yeah, we can call it friendly. And we buried the hatchet somehow, but we are building a new relationship. No dock required, no tossing out of the ship required anymore. Hopefully.
It is worth saying, though,
past that phase. It's fine.
You're only a member of the Cold Flame because Oshian dumped you out of the ship. And it was
Exactly.
the deal you struck to save your life.
At the time, it seemed a really reasonable thing, and Yaqub was entirely supportive of my decision at that moment. So it's not just me being evil.
Yeah, we already buried the hatchet. No need to bring up the past. No need to bring up the past.
Exactly.
And I'm thinking that
did
one
it.
of your first missions, Zaki, was with Ghazi Malouf, where you met him on Dabaran. So, Ghazi, that sounds like it's the natural handover to you.
Very good. Okay, so Ghazi is essentially he's a bit of a geezer, isn't he? But he's the hired muscle, really, and he's I guess he's kind of become friends with Zaki, and he's just along for the ride, really, having a bit of fun, trying to make a few quid. Or a few credits. No, not credits. Keep saying credits.
Burr.
And
Credits is the underworld slang for burr, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what the kids call it.
Yeah, because it's such a shortening of the name Burr, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's so
that's
much
right,
easier to call it credits.
Yeah,
It's like a
rolls off the
monkey,
tongue and
isn't it?
everything.
It's like you're a cockney
That's it,
geezer
exactly,
talking
yeah,
about a
exactly.
monkey and apples and pears.
Exactly.
It's credits and fur is the term they talk about. I have no idea what credits and fur are, but they rhyme with fur, I'm sure.
Exactly. And Ghazi's he's a bit handy, and he's a bit sneaky.
As indeed you were. You and Oshian were being both handy, sneaky, and very, very shooty last week when everybody else was involved in doing the task of basically taking over the station's AI and stopping it moving closer to the hole so that a bunch of pilgrims could commit suicide and reopen the tear in space that you've only just closed. Cade, you were instrumental in that, weren't you? You helped
Helped
that
close it.
along.
And also battle, yes, with my sword.
Who are you? Let's hear a little bit about you.
I'm Paul. I play Cade, who is a member of the Circle of Seekers from Mirror C. Mystic, talisman maker, and general wanderer.
Now, you may only be joining us, Paul, because you have other commitments. You have a better party to join. But
is the plan that I punt Paul out of the airlock this time?
that could be the plan. It kind of depends on where you're going, Dave, because Paul may be looking for passage, but that sort of depends on the route you're going to take. So let's call up the good old map here. Is that the best way of having a map? Do that one there. Or maybe let's just put the map in full place there for a moment and hide our ugly voices. Faces, not voices. The voices you have to put up with, even if you're listening to the podcast about this in probably a year's time. I don't know. You are currently... Oh, I need to go to the map properly. You are
we're
here.
Olicon.
Yes. Dave, can you make a technology roll for me?
Oh, I could if I took my dice out.
That would be a good plan.
What a bad start. Technology. Okay, do I get my tools with this?
Yeah. You're basically you've been docked. Takes a bit of time to start up reactors before flight. Takes a couple of hours normally, depending on how successful your technology roll is.
I can help if you want.
By all means.
I'm happy to
except Zaki, I have something for you to do as well. So don't.
Okay.
You can't help.
You can't help. No. Okay.
Okay.
That's fine. I've got quite a lot of dice anyway.
I can help actually.
Okay, I'll take an extra dice. So I get one success overall.
One success. Yeah, it's going to take a couple of hours, so we can have a bit of a chat before Paul has to leave the session or not. Zaki, the other thing you need to be doing while the reactor is warming up, ready to take off, is of course turning the systems on. Basically, making all the pretty lights on the bridge light up. So could you make a data gen roll for that?
Sure.
What's he doing to my pretty lights on my bridge?
Turning them on, mate. Turning them on. Making your bridge work.
We are pimping your ride, Oshian.
Are you? Okay. Thanks for that, Zaki.
Now, this is all perfectly normal stuff. I don't normally make you make a roll for, but I'm doing it now.
Actually, it seems I was very drunk after the last mission that I got 0 successes.
Right. No, it's not turning all the lights on. Okay, so this frustrates you, Dave, particularly as you've
Does
got...
it? Maybe I'm in a really relaxed mood now and I'm getting on with Zaki.
Okay. But you might... at the moment, the bridge isn't working. So... you can't see this map. I'll take it away. Where do you want to go, Dave?
I'll get
we've got a printed copy of.
I'm
sure I've got that in one of these drawers here. I'm sure we've got a printed copy.
And we're kind of familiar with this, surely, seeing
with
we
the
have
system.
lived it our entire lives.
You are. Okay, so you're here at Olicon. Dave, for reasons I can't quite comprehend since I have to work with you, you're the captain of this ship, effectively. So, where I guess you're the one that decides, with whatever degree of democracy you want to add into the equation, where do you want to go?
What's our plan?
What's our objective now?
Yeah.
Do we have one?
So bring up the faces again for a minute, Matt, because I think let's have a little chat about what we're planning, and then we can work out where we're going.
The places are up.
Faces.
Oh,
the faces.
Right.
Right. The faces are up. Right.
Physgulks.
There we go. That's better.
I was wondering, Captain Oshian, if you would be travelling via Mirror.
It's possible, yeah. So I
was
guess
wondering if I could beg passage. I can't pay, unfortunately.
For a tiny fee?
I can make you talismans if that.
You have done that
would
already.
Suffice.
I certainly don't mind giving you a lift, Cade. That's not a problem.
Thank you. Maybe
so I
I
guess
can bless you.
my number one priority is just to get out of Otakon.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I'm not sure we have a plan, do we? And let's say, did anything come out of the last scenario, which obviously I was unable to attend?
Right. Okay. So
somewhere.
Let me make a couple of suggestions, Dave, as to you were sent to Otakon by two different factions. The Astaban wanted you to go and retrieve a weapon, which you have singularly failed to do. It must be pointed out.
Well, it seems that there wasn't actually a weapon, was there, though?
Okay, well, maybe you need to make a report to that effect by the Astaban. And you were also instructed by your sister, I believe, who works for the
Alarms Temple.
I think to make sure that the weapon didn't fall into the hands of the Astaban, but I could be wrong there.
Yeah, well, I think
which you have succeeded in, so well done you. But she may also be waiting for a report somewhere. She, of course, is based on Coriolis.
Coriolis.
And
if you're heading to go and report to the Astaban, let me just show you the map again. The Astaban, if you remember, are based. Well, your particular patron is based here on Amido, or with the fleet at Amido.
Almedo, where's Almedo?
I'm pointing at it here.
Yeah, it's not on our screen. It's not on our screen, mate.
Oh, is it not?
No.
What are you seeing?
We're seeing the map, but not your cursor.
No cursor.
And where's my cursor? Here's my cursor. Amido. Can you see Amido now?
No.
Yeah, I found Amido. It's on the Dabaran circle to the right-hand side.
All right, I can see if I can draw on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So either way, we want to go back towards Kua.
Yeah, let's go back via Kua anyway.
Yeah, and go via Zhao is probably less of a really solid reason to do that.
Yeah.
While it's still slightly more hostile than going back by Mirror, and whilst we've got the option of dropping Cade off in Mirror on the way.
Yeah, that does mean going through Zalos.
And also I need to go to Zalos to give briefing on what happens.
Is that where your Cold Flame chaps are based?
Yeah, don't you remember? That's where you dropped him out of your ship.
Oh, yeah, that does ring a bell. Yeah.
It really ring a lot of bells for me. So.
Yeah, obviously not Zalos, the planet, but Kamaruk, the city of foreigners, is where your destination is in the Zalos system.
I'd like to go back to Mirror, but also I'd like to go to Coriolis, but as in a stopping point, if that would be possible.
So you want us to stop in Mirror so you can do some business and then move on?
Yes, I just got to report to my colleagues there. Very quick.
Mirror.
It won't be long.
But I don't want to leave the ship, please, in Mirror, because
somebody might recognize you.
Yeah, and they're still looking for me, so I will stay with the ship. Maybe feed Hammy. Don't let me leave the ship, please.
Again, it shouldn't take me long.
Okay.
So I guess unless there's any other burning things that we need to do, we should head for Kua and Coriolis, right? And we can go via Mirror and Zalos on the way.
Okay, who wants to bring the bridge systems up then?
I think Yaqub can if.
What does it need?
Zaki's shit face.
Data gin roll.
I should better do that. Zaki to ship face to help.
Yep. I will try. I will try to help. Yeah, I will help. I'll try.
Okay, that's one success.
With myself, with mine, of course.
Obviously, yeah, with that.
So ship systems are away. You are bid farewell by your contact at Masahir Station. Let me just give you a quick rundown of what you're leaving. You're leaving your station recovering from an invasion of pilgrims who actually Ghazi and Zaki had met once before on Dabaran. They wanted to reopen the portal by basically driving the ship at it or driving the station towards it closer and then sacrificing themselves. And they had control of the ship system, of the ship's AI. Paul and Tony and Mohammed, I think, were there. We're not missing anybody else. Was Jonathan was there as well.
Jonathan Pavima was there, yeah.
And managed to basically turn the AI off and on again and reboot her, giving them back control. But there's still quite a lot going on. There is an interim council. There's quite a lot of chaos there about which faction's in control. I think you thought you were dealing with the Night Hands as you left, but I'm not entirely sure whether the Night Hands were in total control. But anyway, yeah, you feel it's kind of not at least in control of weirdos who want to kill themselves and probably everybody else on the station. The ship that you parked next to was a Night Hand ship that had been used in an operation against you, but the agent there, Alam, whose name I can't remember, and I'm kind of don't want to go back.
Alam Shahood.
Alam Shahood, yeah, has he'd been captured probably by Ghazi and Oshian when they were dealing with it. So you've got 3 days of travel now to the portal gate, and then the jump to make to that place. Tarazuk, yeah.
Is Havima staying behind on Massive Station?
Havima is staying behind to coordinate the closure of the temple, and in fact, that's what he sent Cade to do. Cade is to take instructions back to Mira that further members of the Circle of the Seekers are going to be required to create a kind of prayer chorus to keep this thing or potentially to keep it in its minutely open state, or maybe even close it entirely. So that's what Cade's coming back to Mira for, and that's what he's got to convince them of doing on the way there. Dave, I'm not entirely sure where you said you were going.
I think we're going to head for Kua, probably.
Kua and your sister, first of all.
At least, well, yeah, because even if we are pretending to still work for the Astaban, we got to go via Kua to get to Almedo.
Right. Okay.
And I'm kind of tempted, and I may have this conversation with Yaqub in a private moment with the others not listening. Kind of tempted to.
Okay, everybody else, take your headphones off.
No, it's all right. I don't mind. I trust people not to metagame.
Yeah, we don't like anybody having secrets, do we, Paul?
Nope.
Mohammed. No.
Let me introduce the two of you our new quarters. It does look rather like an airlock, but it's not really, honestly.
Spacious.
So yeah, let me not interrupt your private conversation you're having with Tony.
That maybe we just want to possibly stop working for them at some point.
I think we do, although I suspect they're not the kind of organisation you just hand your notice in and they say, thanks so much, on your way. Are they?
They haven't really revealed any secrets to us, though, anything, really.
No, they haven't. That is true.
But still, yeah.
So I guess if we stop even pretending we're working for them, we will make enemies of them. But I guess that's going to happen inevitably at some point. When at some point we're going to be faced with a decision that we'll have to take that makes it very obvious that we're not working for them anymore.
Although, I'm actually thinking about it, we should probably just keep on taking their money until they decide to stop paying us.
Yeah, we can send a report And we don't even necessarily have to go to
Almeida.
Almeida. We could send a recorded report.
Yeah.
Saying, oh yeah, we went to Ordana, we didn't find a weapon. We suspect it may have been something to do with this
tear in space.
Anomaly in space. But there didn't seem to be an actual weapon artifact at all.
And we killed a lot of... Did you kill a lot of Nazarene sacrifice last week?
We killed some, yes.
So we can then report that we killed some Nazarene sacrifice as well.
How are you going to make this report? How are you proposing?
Interpretive dance.
Through the medium of mime.
Yeah, I mean, face to face, or are you going to send a message?
I think we're going to send a message. Yeah, I don't think we're actually going to go to Almeida.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I might get you to explain that a little bit more.
Let's send that when we get to Kua.
Yes.
And then if they want to order us to go to Almeida, we can then make a decision then if we want to.
Very well. Okay. When you get to the portal, can I get somebody to make a D66 roll?
Who wants to do that?
I can.
Go on.
42.
42. Okay. There's a convoy heading that way. It's relatively small, but it'll be relatively cheap. It will cost you, Dave, 3,000 burr to join it.
It's not fucking cheap. Have I had my last month's wages in from the Esteban yet?
Well, you know the way finance works here in the web. It's all money changes and stuff. But you can assume you have.
Yeah, you have to talk to Havala.
Yeah. Have you not listened to the article we did on Havala?
That was some while ago. That was.
Yeah, but you should keep it in your brain. You see, Paul's revised it.
So, in which case, I'll say the same to the guy. I'll say the same to the guy charging me 3,000 to go through the portal. It's Havala. It's fine. Just don't worry about it.
Well, that's fine. It is. It is.
Okay. So, a question for Yaqub principally. Do we pay that $3,000 or do we jump ourselves?
Well, we've got quite a few jumps to make, haven't we? If we're having to pay, how many jumps is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5 jumps just to cure.
That's 15 grand just to go from one spot to the next. And our monthly money is 20 grand. And that's also got to pay off for our ship repairs. And
it's 10 grand to go solo through a portal, or some portals, between 10 and 5 and 10.
Well, it's 10 to get
the portal
get a calculation for the portal station.
Yeah.
You've not flown with Dave and Yaqub.
We have.
Oh, have you?
Well, I've seen them not pay for it. Yes.
And it's been fine.
So far.
Wouldn't it be fun if we got to the end, this final climactic part of the act, and you just made a misjump and disappeared?
Ended up in the middle of nowhere.
Roll a D66. 66.
Yeah. Oh, that was a fun 2 years.
Yeah.
So to do the calculation ourselves.
I'm just looking up those stats again.
Remind me of what we have to roll.
I thought I could get away.
-1, I think, or -2. It's -3 just to basically fly through.
Right. So this takes half a day, and takes you a successful science test.
Takes 4 hours. So I put a point of experience in science the other day, last time, not this time round, time before.
Okay.
On the grounds that we were doing so much with all this anomaly and stuff that I was learning some sciencey stuff.
Cool. Yeah.
So, have you got science, Tone? You don't, do you?
Yes, yeah, I've got science.
Okay.
And
Cool.
Hold on, that
I have-
anomaly is not what you. Well, never mind. Okay. That's what you got your most recent 6 experience points for.
Yeah, it was my previous load of experience that I
Okay.
put on science.
Yes, I have reasonable science skill.
Right. So one of you want to make a
7
science
dice.
roll?
So basically, it's science, but that just reduces the time. It's got nothing to do with the actual jump.
Yeah.
And then the jump is at piloting -1.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go and pray.
But you need a successful science roll, otherwise you can't do it.
Otherwise, you can't work out the calculation.
Well, you need another 4 hours then, basically, to make another science roll.
Yeah, we're in no rush, are we? Not in this ship. We're in no rush, guys, because this is the slowest ship in the galaxy.
Yep.
Yeah, we're in a rush in this ship. We're in trouble, basically.
Yeah. So, Tone, I could give you a dice of help for science. I've got 6 in total.
I have 7. I have 7 in total.
Okay. So have a dice of help for me then.
Okay, I will go and pray to the messenger before we do this.
Yeah, I'm going to go and pray to whoever it is for piloting.
That's the gambler.
The gambler. Yeah. So.
Do you know how your passengers feel? This is the captain of the aircraft. I'm just making a prayer to the gambler.
Matthew, you haven't done that at this point because I'm pushing my.
Bloody heck! Like I haven't got 28 already.
I get 2 successes on my science roll eventually.
3 hours then.
Right, 3 hours it takes, but you've got your calculation. Right, pilot at -1.
Yep. So that's...
I can help with piloting now. I did learn about piloting a while ago.
Yep. There's a redundancy in the crew. That's what I like to see.
Well, if I ever had to pilot on my own, it still probably wouldn't go that well, but I can help.
Pilot agility sets. Okay. And then if I push, I get 2 bonus dice. Is that right, Matt? Because I prayed to the gambler?
Yeah, I guess it is, yeah.
Okay, I got 1 success, so I won't push
Right,
that.
that's all you need. That's all you need. It's a little bit hairy, but you head towards the hole at the right trajectory. You all climb into your sleepers, and then can I get somebody, please, to roll me a d6?
A D6.
Yeah.
No one volunteering to take
go
responsibility?
Go on, Zaki. You're muted. Okay, it's a 4.
4.
It's a 4. Give me a moment. Give me a moment, caller. Where's my chart of terrible things that happen?
So, yes, I'm just looking up on the chart of terrible things.
Okay. Right. Okay. Cool. You've made the transition, but when you awake, somebody notices that the one of the in the chapel, the next person to visit the chapel notices that one of the icon statues that you have there has fallen in transit through the space and has been smashed.
To which icon?
Should we roll that randomly? For a start, could I get somebody to roll a d6 and tell me 1 or 2, 3 or 4, 5 or 6?
I'll do it. 5.
Okay, and then roll the same again.
Okay, again?
Yep.
3. So that is
Number 8.
Number 8. Icon number 8 is
Lady of Tears.
Lady of Tears. The Lady of Tears has been smashed, Dave.
It's my icon. What's going on here then?
Ominous.
Is your icon. And I'm spending a darkness point on this to say that it is irreparable.
Even for Cade with his talisman skills.
Even for Cade.
I'd have to make a completely brand spanking new one.
And you can do that.
Can I? It would take me a while, I'd say.
You could acquire one on Mirror. I'm not sure that a talisman.
I don't have the materials.
I mean, you could
to be able to make it and make a proper sanctified Lady of Tears. It requires specific material to make a properly sanctified chapel, or at least the icon to Lady of Tears, which we could acquire on Mirror, but the bits of wood that I carry with me, which are good enough for talismans, are not good enough for a statue to be in your chapel.
Does this mean that if we then praise the Lady of Tears now, even in the chapel, it doesn't count as being in a chapel because the statue's smashed?
I think you're right, and I think there's other effects as well. I'm going to read this out to you because rather than have me explain it like I'm a kid of a GM, I just want you to point out, want everybody to know it's Rickard and Troyer that said this, nothing to do with me. A chill runs down your spines as you suddenly feel watched. You have angered the icons or some other entity until each of you makes the proper prayers asking for forgiveness. Each prayer reroll you make generates 2 darkness points instead of 1.
Ouch.
This is there's some instructions for me there as well, but I won't tell you what they are. So until you can get to a proper icon of the Lady of Tears, then that is the case.
Does that only apply to praying specifically to the Lady of Tears, or is it all icons?
I think you all feel it's about all prayers. Lady of Tears. You might all look to Oshian, since you know that he was born under the sign of the Lady of Tears, and wonder whether it's particularly him that's pissed the icons off. But yeah.
Yeah, I've pissed the icons off by allowing all these ne'er-do-wells to be on my bloody ship. That's what it is. And I haven't chucked anybody out of an airlock for too long a period.
Yeah, the Lady of Tears demands her blood sacrifice.
So I wear white anyway as an adherent of the Lady of Tears. All my outfit is now white. It has been for a while. So I'm going to gather up reverently with the relevant prayers the broken parts of the statue. And
I will assist with the relevant prayers.
And I'm going to burn them, as her element is fire. I'm going to burn them with candles and myrrh in a ceremony begging forgiveness from the Lady of Tears.
Okay, can somebody make a technology roll while Dave's doing that?
You got 2
Somebody
in
who's got
technology.
Okay.
Okay.
I could help if it's appropriate.
How many dice you have? I have 7.
Oh yeah, you should roll, but I can help. If it's
Take the extra
appropriate to
dice.
help.
Because Zaki and Ghazi, you get on quite well since your adventures on anyway.
Burning a large statue might be a bad idea.
Yeah, it's already a bad idea.
But
0 successes.
We have to appease the icons.
Yeah, 0.
Okay.
Should I push it?
Well, I'm going to spend a
No,
darkness
because
point.
we get two that cost you 2 darkness points to push
He's
it.
already got 30. You don't fucking need more, Matthew, for God's sake. What are you doing?
No, I'm spending a darkness point to say you're not re-rolling, or are you re-rolling?
Nope.
I can fix it later, Zaki. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so basically the air scrubbers get clogged with the smell of the burning oils. And
this isn't a bonfire, for God's sake. This is a tiny
it's
little.
quite a lot like a bonfire, isn't it? What the whole
God.
ship begins to smell like. And Zaki and Ghazi tried to fix it, but yeah, that's how things smell.
You tried to do the right thing, you know.
Right. Anyway, this is a pretty quick flight. It's only going to take a day or two to get to the next. You're not stopping in system here, are you?
Don't think we have any.
Don't think there's any reason to, you know.
Okay. You're taking a day or two. Cade, how many
mass-produced talismans for us.
talismans can you make?
I can make one every 6 hours, so every day I can make 3.
Cool. That gives you with time for
But
sleeping.
I'll
as
say,
well.
it gives me time to sleep. So I'll say 2 a day because it gives me time for prayer. 'Cause I'll be praying a lot because of the loss of the Lady of Tears. Basically, I'll be spending quite a lot of time in the chapel.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, take add to a general. Keep a track of this, Paul.
Yep.
Over the couple of days of transport, you can add to a general tally of talismans.
Yep. I'll
6
keep
talismans, which
Okay.
you may wish to hand out to others as you see fit later.
How are your stash of talismans going, guys?
I've got 2.
I still have 2.
I still have 2.
Okay.
Same, yeah.
Remember to use them. There are 3 extra dice. Remember, guys, whenever you use them.
Okay.
Cool.
Have I haven't written down how many I've got, but I don't think I used any.
Everyone did have 2 at the end of
Right.
the previous session.
Okay, I'll have 2 then because I haven't used any.
Yeah. So I've got another 6. So I'll give one more to each. Everyone's got 3, and I've got 2 in my stash.
Yeah, that's good. So to use them, do we have to just choose to use them before we roll?
Yes. And then you basically it's spent. It uses it up.
Yeah.
Can you choose to use it on a push, or do you have to choose for the first roll?
I guess you could use it for a push, but it seems a waste of a dice. But yes.
I guess it depends how urgent it. Yeah, true. Yeah.
Because I am manufacturing quite a lot of them, so you do use them if there is an important dice roll.
Is there like a best before date on them or anything?
Not in the rules anyway.
No, I'm happy to hold on to them. I might use them for the jumps. That might be wise.
Yes, that would be wise.
Tony, could you make a datagen roll for me, please?
Yes. Exactly that. Can you help?
No, I'd like you to make this one on your own.
Okay. I get 1 success.
Okay. You have a tabula, which has been your main form of communication with the Astaban. As you come into the system here at Tarazug, and you're near a portal station, you get a signal with a recorded message, encrypted, which you've managed to unencrypt, obviously, that says that basically is your Astaban contact, whose name I've just escaped my head entirely, asking for a report and whether the weapon has been secured. Given that you're heading to Zib directly, it's going to be no faster. You could send a message here via relay via Tarazug, but it'll be no faster because the ship has to take it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a bit faster actually. Yes, it's just 2 astral units as opposed to astronomical units between the 2 gates. So yeah, it may be a bit faster if you want to apply because it has a bit of light speed here where you don't.
No, I think we should probably still just wait till we get to Kira and then send a message. Oshian, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We're not going to be much slower.
No.
Even stopping at Mirror and well, I guess that might add a few days, mightn't it?
I would have thought a day.
I guess it's how far is it from the portals to the planet and back again? The same for Zalos. That will be the time consuming.
Zalos will be going
How much do we care about getting a report back to them quickly?
Zalos will be going to Camarok, won't we? We won't actually be going to Zalos.
But Camarok is orbiting Zalos, isn't it? Because it's a moon.
Yeah. Point.
I'm not sure whether it orbits Zalos directly, but
Does it not?
Yeah,
Okay.
it does.
Yeah.
Either way, it's going to be a few days each way, isn't it? So, I guess the question is, do we care, Yaqub? We probably ought to send them some holding reply, at least, I'd suggest. Do we lose anything in just sending them a message that actually it was this funny portal thing, and it's been dealt with, and there was your intelligence was wrong. There was no weapon.
No.
Yeah, so I guess it's the sooner we reply to them, the sooner they'll send us new orders, and the sooner we'll reveal to them that we're not really working for them anymore. Does that really matter though? Since it's going to come at some point fairly soon anyway, I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just reply. Let's just reply
Why
with
not?
that report. Yeah, so we investigated. We there were some Nazarene sacrifice trying to take over the place. There was who we engaged and killed some of. There was no weapon as such. I think it was probably the reports were related to this strange anomaly in space, but there was no actual weapon. And send that as a report. Just basically truthful.
Camarok is actually around Benagia, which is the first planet in Zalos.
Yes, that's what I thought. That doesn't make much odds, to be honest.
No.
We've sent the message now anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so then you chase that message, traveling at light speed, 2 days to get to the portal to Zib, traveling at your slow speed 1. This might be a good opportunity to ask everybody, what have you spent your experience points on?
I spent it on more science, improving my science skill.
Oh, right. So that's why you had 7 science just then.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Cool. What else? Paul, you've told me.
Yes, I have expanded my mystic powers to become a mind walker.
What does Mind Walker let you do?
I can basically hijack people's senses. Anybody I've met, I can look through their eyes, listen through their ears, and smell through their nose or whatever. Basically, I can hijack their senses.
Nice.
Right. Cool stuff.
I'll have to wait. Make sure you're asleep before I get the naughty mags out. Then.
And does that require the consent of the person you're using the sensors on?
I don't think it does it?
Nope,
I
it
don't
does
think
not.
so. No.
And would they be able to know that you're doing
It doesn't say that they know, but I'd say a mystic would definitely know if they're being hijacked. But I haven't got a clue. It'd be down to whatever.
Maybe it's an opposed roll, mystic powers against their empathy to see if you can. If you want to hide it, you might want to let them know that you're doing it.
No thoughts or emotions are transmitted. Yeah, I see, feel, and hear what they feel at that exact moment, no matter where in the horizon they are.
Okay. Oh, I will know that. Oh, nice. I'm adding talents, gearhead.
It's a good one.
So which challenge is that, Mohammed?
Gearhead. It's you love, yeah. It's
Is that the corrected and updated Gearhead talent that we talked about on the show about 4 years ago, or is that the shit Gearhead talent that's in the book?
It's the A-team talent.
Yes, it's the corrected one, obviously, Dave, because we all use
Yeah.
our revisions because we published all our talents in a wonderful supplement of talents, or not. We haven't done that.
No.
Maybe we should.
The veterans of the Horizon is quite a good batch of talents that somebody published.
Yes, we've got that actually. haven't we?
Yeah.
very good.
Look at that.
There's one or two that you have to go no, but apart from that, they're really good.
So I'm taking down in the book. There is an update on it.
Yeah. So Dave doesn't think it's powerful enough. So he's.
It's not interesting enough.
Okay.
I'll
Anyway,
read out my text and ping it on the Discord to you, Zaki. To Mohammed. I'm calling you by Zaki now.
The heart's what when it wants.
So I took another talent, which is more of my conditioning coming out over time, and I took combat veteran, which means I get to roll initiative dice twice.
Oh,
Take the best.
Nice.
I think I have an interesting one for you. If you wanted, that I might let you have. No, actually, no. Let's go with combat veteran. We'll talk out of the show.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. Maybe my next one is that one, perhaps.
Tony, we've talked to you. Ghazi, what have you been?
So I
trading in?
actually, I was really pleased that you gave us 6 because I had 4 knocking around anyway, which was annoyingly not enough to spend. So that obviously gave me 2. So I upgraded, as if Guardi wasn't rock hard enough. I upgraded melee combat and ranged combat.
Cool. Excellent choices. Excellent choices. Pretty basic, but you get the job done. And you made
Exactly.
these.
Nothing fancy.
You made these in the forthcoming adventure. Okay, so Zib arrives, and or rather, the portal to Zib arrives.
Oh, I
And
thought you were
again,
going to
can
wave.
somebody roll D66?
I thought we were about to be a hand wave through the portal for a moment.
Do you want me
there.
to roll?
Yeah, go on.
And wave through the portal.
46.
46. Oh, that's the same as last time. Let's hand wave you through the portal. Okay, let's go on because I'm sure our viewers don't want to watch us spend 1.5 hours making portal jumps. Let's have a look at the map.
Mirror is next, I think, after Zib.
Yes, it is.
And here we are. And indeed, Mirror is next, where you need to. Well, how do you want to handle this, Cade?
I would like to be dropped off in.
So, okay, just sorry, Paul.
Yep.
The last time we were on Karmaruk, we left in a bit of a hurry.
Camera Zalos.
Now you get to one system away from Zalos, and you think, "Oh,
Fuck. Why the fuck are we going to
Zalos?"
Zalos? That might not be such a good idea.
I gave you the choice at the beginning.
You did. I was trying to be friendly and nice. That was all. Yeah.
What's the problem with Camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jackie, do you want to explain? You experienced it firsthand.
Yeah, don't worry about Camrook. They suspected that we want to kill the leader of the Cult Flames, and they dropped me.
We decided not to, didn't we? I think.
Well,
we
not
actually
all of
said
you
them.
had decided not.
Well,
to.
Nicholas had decided not to.
Yeah.
Had decided he wanted to carry on.
Nicholas' character and Bruce's character tried to kill the leader of Order of Cold Flames, but Tony's managed to rescue him. But Oshian, we ran to the ship, and only Yaqub escaped, and they dropped me off the ship
to be a little recreation. Like...
Yeah.
We got a little Zaki figure to drop out the bottom.
You can with the little
Zaki
Hammy
and Nicholas and who else was and Bruce, or was Bruce already dead by that point? I can't remember.
No, he was captured. Yeah, he was captured also. And
I think Nicholas didn't make it in the ship, did he? Because Nicholas got shot and fell over.
Yeah.
But I think both you and Bruce got in, and then
Yeah, I was captured and tortured by the Order of the Cold Flames, but I told them I will join you.
Tortured.
Question. Welcome to our rank. Yeah, welcome to our rank. Welcome. We provide the free dental care service.
Guided
put
to
it in-
see
me up.
the light of the cold flame. That's all.
Yeah.
Come to the
So
light of the
I joined the Order of Cold Flames in order not to get executed. So I probably we'll grant you passage inside the city. So don't worry.
I'm also will be traveling on your ship, and generally
Yeah.
speaking, they won't interfere with a circle of seeker passage.
I will. Yeah.
Generally,
We've been.
Yeah,
we've been a
remember
lot
your
together.
cover actually
Yeah.
for getting close to the cold flame was to dress as Mirren. So you've actually got an authentic Mirren representative here. So so yeah, you should be okay.
How, Yaqub, how had we left it with them? If we go there, we're going to instantly be shot.
No, because I think certainly the head cold flame guy that Nicholas tried to kill, I gave him medical treatment and saved his life, and he saw that.
Yeah.
So he knew that we weren't actually there to kill him, and in fact, I saved his life.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think we might be all right.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm not sure, but don't worry.
Exactly
Well, we've got to stop in Mirror first, and can we get an engine upgrade in Mirror? Like one that goes really fast.
How much money have you got?
Yeah, they're not cheap.
And how about some guns as well?
Yeah, I can't
I think
afford
like
both.
guns on the ship.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go back to my mother and say, look, what the hell have you given me to escape in? It's slow. It's got no guns. It hasn't even got any defenses. Can't defend itself.
And she's going to say, you designed it, Dave. You designed it.
No, I didn't. No, you're thinking of Yaqub. Oh, you're not.
No.
You're thinking of,
no. She's
Yafet.
not going to say you designed it, Oshian. She's going to say you, Dave. You designed
I
it.
see. I see what you mean. Yeah, fair call.
Is it a class 3?
It's a class 3 ship. Yeah.
Wow. Standard class 3 ship is speed 2.
I know, but there was something with it. That was it. So we created a template for a Menkari ship, and the template was that she just keeps going. Speed is reduced by 1, but maintenance frequency is doubled and cost is halved.
Oh, okay.
So she's slow.
She's very robust.
Cheap to run.
She'll go forever,
Easy to fix.
but she's slow as anything.
Can somebody give me a roll on a D6?
Okay.
How do I improve the engines then?
Oh no, I was looking for that.
What have you got?
6.
6. Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay. I'm going to spend some darkness points here. As you're coming in, so you're closing in on Mirror proper, right, Paul?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
For darkness point, your maneuver systems and sensors, and for another darkness point, your sensors start to glitch and momentarily disconnect.
I'll start praying.
Do they? It's really appropriate.
Seriously.
It's like, how close is this? Is this like 10 feet away or?
Sorry, no, this is just something you're noticing on your report. It's easy to get them restarted. You just need to do a technology roll for the maneuver systems and a data gin to restart them. But you can't help but feel this is some of the bad luck that you're experiencing since the icon of the Lady of Tears fell over.
Is there like a third horizon, like the iconic, if that's the right word, temple to the Lady of Tears on Mirror somewhere?
Well, you've got the Church of the Icons as on Mirror, so
Yeah.
we'll be able to restock the chapel on
and have
Mirror.
and have the chapel blessed by appropriate people to remove.
Church of the Icons, come get your icons here. Very cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
So I need one data gen and one technology roll.
Yeah, to
So-
restart them before you can do anything
I've-
like landing. Well,
I've just-
you
I've
could
just-
try landing without them, but by God, I'd give you some negatives on that pilot.
I've just rolled technology and I got 3 successes.
Okay, you fixed the
Yeah.
fix the thing.
I can't do data gin though, so I need the others to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, Zaki, do you want to step in? I'll help.
Yeah. What? I'm having a very shitty day. 0.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Christ.
Right, I'm going to spend another couple of DP. Tony, do you want to have a go?
Or can I then?
I'm letting you have a separate go. I'm assuming you don't want to re-roll.
Oshian.
Yeah.
So Dave, it's a turbo projector you need.
Yeah, I've just seen that. I'm just working out how much it's going to cost.
It's 20% of your ship's cost. So
Yeah.
a standard ship is going to be about
It's quite a lot. It's
200,000 roughly.
It's more than I've got. Yeah.
Anyway, I get 2 successes on
It's
my
about
data gen roll.
You get 2 successes. Okay,
Yeah.
you restarted it. You're not convinced that you've solved the problem, however. That's what I spent the extra 2 darkness points on.
Okay.
And I will say you don't think that it's necessarily soluble with a data gen roll.
How much was your ship?
Well, the debt, which I think is half the value,
It's
isn't
half.
it, at the start,
Yep. Depending on how much you paid off.
was 700,000.
So that's 14.
So- It's 20.
1.4.
Well, it's yeah. So it's 280,000 for a turbo projector.
Yeah, you can buy 2 of them as well. So if you want,
What,
Yeah,
2
it's
for
cheap.
1?
yeah, 2 for 1.
buy one get one.
might
free.
get it cheap.
I can't afford half of one of them, let alone all of one. So no, the ship's just going to have to be slow, unfortunately. Might be better off just to sell it and buy something else. But, you know. Well, especially now it's bloody cursed as well.
Well, it's only 10 grand for a whole brand spanking new chapel. So
Well, let's see how much the priests of the Church of the Icons are going to charge for fixing
Give us off.
Right. So I'm not going to make you make a landing roll, given that the systems have all been fixed. So you land. Cade, where particularly did you want to?
it'll be basically near the Circle of Seekers. So it'll be basically Icon City.
Icon City. Okay. Landing fees might be quite high there.
You see, you guys kind of like have a go at me for worrying about the money, but this is why Matt does this all the time. Fees for this, fees for that. I don't give you any fucking money anyway, and then you wonder why we worry about it.
You've got £20,000 a month from the space Nazis.
Well, for now, not for much longer, probably. I said that barely covers our expenses.
It doesn't cover our expenses, not if we've got a long journey to go.
Give me a moment. Just find the life in space section, which really.
If it was 20 grand plus expenses, then I'd accept that was generous, and that would be good.
but expenses can be really, really high if you do a lot of jumps.
Yeah, well, I'd charge 10,000 for the jump, but then I'd work it out myself.
That's why it's not 20 grand plus expenses.
It's entrepreneurial.
I can't find the life in space section that does it.
No, what they normally do is they actually put a credit on jump stations. So then what you do is you charge other people to jump with you.
Yeah. That's a good way of doing it, actually. But we didn't get that on our contract with the Esteban, the tight-fisted bastards.
I'm not finding the section I'm looking for. I'll hand wave that. Okay. It's not really important. Yeah. So you land there. So Paul, what report does Kaid want to make to the Circle of Seekers? Well,
I will travel to the Circle of Seekers and I will basically tell them about the rent in space that Havima is currently plugging with their finger, like the little boy in the dam, and ask for a team to be sent out and instruct that I'm leaving to go to Coriolis, so I'm unable to assist.
I am going to make you make a manipulation roll.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just
I have
to
manipulation.
get through the sort of bureaucracy of the Circle of Seekers.
Manipulation is 2, 7 dice. That's a crit. 3.
Oh, excellent. Yes, that's all organised, but your I don't know what the structure of the Circle of Seekers is really, but your superior
Yes
says to you, this comes as a troubling time. I don't know whose stomach that was, but
so pretty troubling.
Yeah, it says this comes at a troubling time. You are aware that the our sister church, the Church of the Icon, seems to be capitulating to Zenithian influence in these troubled times on Kura.
Yes, and the Zenithians seem to want to turn their faces away from the Icons, which at this particular stage we should be looking towards them.
Indeed. Well, should we be looking towards the Icons is perhaps a question we should discuss in an ecumenical conference. But no, the Zenithians seem to be embracing the church and the Icons at the moment, but I'm not convinced that they're trying to split us who are we sometimes consider ourselves the mothers of the Church of the Icon, and I am concerned that there are moves afoot. You've heard how difficult it is, or maybe you haven't. You've been in Oedicon, of course.
Yes,
massive. There is a large legion blockade and minefields around Kua. It's making the pilgrim area rather difficult. Pilgrims are getting through, but not without administrative checks, escorts, defined flight paths.
What seems to have triggered this?
Well, how much news have you missed there?
I have been traveling significantly.
The council on Coriolis has been somewhat disrupted. Sister Almas from the Order of the Pariah was assassinated many segments ago, but since then the council have rather rashly cut short the conference on the status of humanites, and
yes, that was troubling.
Yeah, and now I think there are regular riots. The Free League, who have worked very well with the consortium, have split from the consortium. I don't know whether you experienced any issues between them on Oedicon.
Yes,
but the political situation is, shall we say, tense. And this, as we're coming towards the pilgrim area, is when lots of pilgrims are coming here to Mira, obviously, but many more are going to Coriolis
Perhaps it is the time that we need to talk, as is our calling to mediate between the people and hopefully bring them to their senses.
There seems so little trust in the horizon at the moment.
Yes.
If you are going to Kua, though,
Yes.
yes.
So my intention.
I want you to make contact with the. Have you heard of the Children of the Song?
Yes.
That
was my intention to contact them.
They are. They started off as a support group for the new mystics that have been appearing all over the Third Horizon, but especially on Coriolis. But they have now become somewhat of a political force themselves, and in the I don't know whether they're going to present a candidate for the upcoming elections to the council, but the support that we can give them would, I'm sure, be helped.
Yes. Okay.
Now, mate, do you want this second-hand Lady of Tears?
Oh!
No. I rather wondered whether Ghazi might go and procure one of those, actually, while you're having that conversation.
I think I'm going to go with
like
it
a good idea.
It's being my icon and being the. I want to talk to the Church of the Icons about the best way of expunging this problem.
Yeah, I'm staying at the ship because I don't want to, anyone from the Okra Dharma to see me.
Staying at the ship with all the windows tinted.
Yeah.
It's when the Church of the Icons says, well, you need to hand in somebody who is wanted on Mirror, and then the Icons will be happy with you.
Because there's only one fugitive.
Yeah, actually,
But he's not actually wanted on Mirror. He's wanted by the criminal gangs of Mirror. So, so I think he don't count. All you need to do is go and shoot the criminal gang and bring them in. Okay. Tony, are you going with Ghazi and Oshian?
Yes, I think I'll probably get off the ship.
Yeah, stretch our legs.
Yeah, well, I'm sure nothing can possibly go wrong.
Yeah, obviously, I'm locking the ship, like so that Zaki can't fly off in it.
Picking the keys.
Putting the code on the bridge control.
Okay, so
that needs to be hacked.
He is a datagen expert after all. Yeah.
Yeah, he won't be able to hack those codes. Dave has used the password PASSWORD. That fools everybody.
I've used the password. Leave it alone, Zaki.
He should use the passwords, Dave, that we have on some of our shared systems. Right. Okay. So, yes, there are in this city of icons, there are many icon makers. I'm sure you've been given a very good recommendation for one, but there are probably straight whole bazaars of icon makers. So, do you want to look around and choose one that you particularly like? What I should have done for this, actually, had this not been a random dice roll that had caused this thing, it would have been great if I had a whole bunch of potential Lady of Tears images to show you, and you could have chosen one. But no, there's just the one.
Can we not go and take advice from the Church of the Icons rather than just buying another statue and sticking it on the plinth? Because that doesn't seem very respectful.
You can take advice from the Order of the Lady of Tears if you want. Do you remember the Order of the Lady of Tears, Dave?
Sensible.
They were the guys that, or I should say, the nuns that shot you in our previous campaign when I had too many darkness points.
That was a different character, thankfully.
Yeah.
Plus there's a
That's
whole
why I was asking whether you remembered. As
there's a whole
opposed
faction
to
dedicated to the Lady of Tears.
Yeah.
The Draconites.
There's a whole faction. Right. Yes, you can go to the Order of the Lady of Tears if you like, and have a discussion with them.
I think that we could at least get
We used to have a book on that in our library, but it was stolen many segments ago.
What bastard would have done that?
But that wasn't us, because we stole the Nezrim sacrifice book. Not that
Oh
one.
yeah.
And we didn't steal it because he got caught.
Yeah, and we got
And so
yes, we have got it
back.
back. It's only it's
the
got a
thought
couple of
that
bullet
counts.
holes in it. No, so they are able to advise you, and therefore, what they recommend is a particularly expensive one.
Here, we've got one here, just ready to go.
I will roll 2d6, and it's that times Earth. It's as much as a whole chapel.
10 grand.
The one they recommend, or you could have this one in soapstone.
I'm not sure about that expensive one. Her nose looks wrong.
Do you want to try and bargain with the Order of the Lady of Tears, Zach Ghazi?
Yeah, I'm not fussed. I'm bargaining with anyone.
I am. Hang on.
Give it a go then. Do you manipulate? Do you have any special talents for this as well?
Did we
I
just go into
don't
to the
know.
Lady of Tears gift shop or something? We didn't actually go
I'll
to
have
the
one
priest.
You
I'll
can
have
get
one of
a
those bookmarks as well. and a fridge
commemorative,
magnet.
you can get a commemorative photo of you praying at the shrine when you go through the gift shop on the way out.
Okay.
I got no successes on my.
Maybe it's a little too late. Can I hearing the conversation, or I don't know anything?
Now you're on the
going
ship, mate. You are well
Okay.
hidden.
Okay.
You fail. So 10,000
Yeah.
for the one they really recommend, but it's an icon. They've got them in plastic, they've got them in soapstone, they've got them in some sort of mirror rock that looks quite pretty but is entirely worthless. You can pick any one up you like. They've got them in wood, like the last one you had.
I was more talking of if they could give us advice on the right propitiations and prayers rather than just which of the expensive statues we should buy.
Well, obviously, that 10,000 burr comes with all the prayers properly installed by our icon installers.
Does that come with a 3-year warranty?
And consecration, the whole work.
And a free upgrade to the next level of prayer.
It's eternal.
I kind of feel that we probably ought to do what they're suggesting, considering this is one of the icons. And
You spend 10,000 burr here, Dave, and I will make all those problems go away. Even the djinn, which has actually invaded your ship systems that I haven't told you about yet.
is that so? Everyone's heard that. If I spend 10,000 burr, he will.
There will be no more djinn in.
Apparently.
Just because I see you're seriously considering it, so I thought, we're only quarter of an hour away. We haven't even hit Coriolis yet. So let's bring this to a rapid conclusion. I could go on longer, but for 10,000 burr, I'll make all the problems you.
I'm going to take their advice and buy their expensive thing and do all the prayers and spend the money.
There is no installments.
Yaqub, do you want to have a go at bargaining? Because you've remained remarkably silent, and yet yours is the icon of the merchant.
Yeah, although
that point where you always go, "Oh, I never get to act in accordance with my icon."
True, although I feel if Oshian wants to, it's Oshian's icon. I don't particularly want. See, the merchant's talent itself is useless. That just lets me get a loan, which is not. Although perhaps that actually not for 10,000. Perhaps we do want that. But
maybe you should use that. We're basically getting this on, not
HP.
sale and return, but on HP. Yeah.
You can actually
Yeah,
you can use that
as
merchant
indeed,
talent.
Ras Barrett says, Afterpay?
You could use that merchant's talent to get a loan to get a turbo booster for the ship.
We do still have to pay the loan back, though.
Yeah, but you pay it back. It's 5% every day of
Every day of settlement, every segment. You mean?
Yeah, every segment. Yeah.
There will be a government buyout. Don't worry.
So 5% a cycle, is that then effectively?
No, 5% a
segment. Is that a year?
No,
it's a month.
It's like a month.
Yeah,
that's quite a lot.
It is
about $8,000 normally, somewhere around about that. So it'd be.
So I don't think I'm going to be bargaining for the icon. I think that would be disrespectful to the icons, and especially as it's Oshian's icon.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure because I suddenly remembered you.
But if you want to get a loan,
it'll be 14,000 a month.
That's too much.
You can put your prices up to the faction of space Nazis that you have singularly failed to deliver any job so far.
How much do you have to pay?
So
it does. It might be 20th. It might not be. It might not be. I don't think it was.
I think it's 20%, isn't it?
20%.
No, not 20%.
It's not.
Yeah,
the turbo projector is 20% of the value of the ship. The value of the ship is 1.4 million.
Yeah. I'm just trying to work out how much you have to pay every month because it isn't that much.
So the talent itself doesn't specify what the interest rate is. It just says you do have to pay it back.
Well, there's no interest rate. It's a matter because we don't have interest in this world.
This just adds 280 to our debt.
It's just how much of it you have to pay off each. Yeah.
If it's yeah. But otherwise, that tempted. Okay, well, we can get two of them, and the ship actually becomes quite fast then. Or maybe we could get that and then get some weapons.
Oh yeah. It's 5% of the total debt per year in monthly payments. So it's 14,000 divided by 9 a month. That would be because there's nine. Yeah,
1,500.
Yeah, it's well worth it.
It might be actually.
But anyway,
might I suggest actually that you probably haven't got time to actually get these engines fitted?
No, possibly.
Why are we in a rush?
Well, you're not in a rush yet, but I have got a mission for you that you haven't.
Well, I'm quite enjoying flying around and upgrading the ship and spending Tony's money. It's quite cool.
You have got an adventure to run. That's okay. You can do what you want, you know.
I will come back after reporting to the Circle of Seekers and ask for a ship meeting. And I have some worrying news. I don't know if you knew about this already, but there seems to have been quite a lot of tension in Coriolis at the moment. There is a Legion blockade around it, and also they have mined the area around Coriolis.
I guess they've mined the volume around Coriolis, strictly speaking, given its
the space around.
Specifically, why have they done this?
We don't know. Things are getting the Order of Pariah council member has been assassinated.
You have heard news reports about growing tension between the Order of Pariah and the Legion.
They seem to be almost at a war footing. And there is elections coming up, which obviously, and with the recent laws passing for the Humanites being made non-persons.
Yes, I've heard about that. For real, as well as in game.
It is extremely worrying the way that the consortium seems to be heading, and the Zenithians specifically, Zenithian hegemony and consortium and legion. There's talk of them sidelining the Church of the Icons.
The consortium sidelining the Church of the Icons.
The Zenithians generally.
Yep. Consortium,
hegemony.
hegemony, and the Legion. And I can't remember the criminal ones.
I'm going to spend a darkness point where, as you all realise that your approach to Kua may not be unchallenged.
Yeah, I'm just getting that sense. Kind of thinking that maybe going through Zalos right now isn't such a great idea. So let's turn around and go the other way.
Why not going through Zalos?
Well, if the Order of the Pariah and the Legion are about to be at war, Zalos might be a very stupid place to be.
Yeah, but we can come through Zalos. We just basically say that we are pilgrims. People basically go through Zalos on the way from and to Mirror. And it is time. Is it time of pilgrimage or?
It is coming up to the pilgrim area at the end of this segment. You're in the segment of the judge at the moment.
Yeah. It is. We have cover. Well, we have truth basically as well as cover story. If you're worried about that.
Just don't want to be caught in a combat zone. That's all.
No. Well, as far as I understand, no combat has occurred as yet. No shots have been fired. I just hope that sane people that continues.
What does everybody else think about this? I mean, I'm not suggesting that we don't take Zaki back to Karmaruk, but it might possibly be a bad place to be if hostilities do break out.
Well, we don't need to be there for very long necessarily. Zaki, is it going to take you a long time to do whatever you need to do, report back?
I will just...
Depends how long it takes for them to pull his teeth out. I mean, sorry, that's not what I said. To debrief him.
Yeah. The debriefing. Yeah, and it will not take time, hopefully. Yeah, this is just quick debriefing and see what our next mission will be.
I mean, he may be required to stay on Zalos. He may have to go without him. He won't be though, because he's a player in the adventure. So
yes, I'm not really sure we have a viable alternative other than to go through Zalos.
No.
Maybe I can try to just ping them near Zalos. We need to land. If you don't want to land, Endeavor.
Yeah. Fly through, light speed communications in the system and have a minor delay. So you don't necessarily need to be face to face. Obviously, it has to be encrypted, but Zaki is an accomplished cryptographer. Well, I say accomplished cryptographer. He often fails, but if he sends them an encrypted order for cheese, then that's fine.
Shall we head for Zalos then?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we also be seriously thinking about upgrading the ship at some point.
Yeah.
Whenever we go, chaos will follow. So no need to worry.
Chaos won't follow because the ship is running incredibly smoothly ever since the
new icon was installed. Yeah.
Of the,
can we make sure that all the icon statues in the chapel are securely fastened?
Yeah, I think that's probably, hanging a nail into the bottom of each icon is probably not approved.
Super glue.
Yeah, simply.
But they do consecrate the chapel again. They tell you about the jinn they found in the ship systems, and they've exorcised. And you come away with a general feeling of having value for money. Dave. Feels like the best 10,000 you've ever spent.
Glad to hear it. Let's go then, shall we?
Okay. Yeah.
I think having a chapel aboard, by the way, gives you +1 on your piloting rolls, doesn't it, for going through?
I think it does. It might even give me +2, actually.
No, it's +1.
You want to remember that because you're heading to the next system, and it is 5-2, so we should probably make a roll and see whether you get through it. Dave, Tony, do you want to do a science roll?
Yep.
I can give you a dice.
So we can get, if we do prayer and sacrifice for 4 hours before we jump, we get another bonus dice as well.
Excellent.
So
you can do that as well.
Yeah.
Tell you what, let's say we've included that in the whole £10,000. You all participated in that. You're all feeling a weight lifted off you by the so the guilt you were feeling about how this statue got broken. You're all feeling top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. You're all suddenly feeling Irish. You've been to that terrible planet in Series 7 of Star Trek where everyone's
a leprechaun.
Everybody's a leprechaun. And Beverly Crusher has sex with a ghost or something, I seem to remember. But
yeah.
Probably the worst episode of Next Generation ever, that was.
Sounds awful.
No Irish. But yeah, you're all feeling very confident. You can have that bonus as well. Roll your dice on science, Tony.
Science. 1 success.
That's good. It takes you all the time to do it, but you've got the calculation you need. Oshian -1, but plus all the bonuses you've got.
And do I get? Are you going to help, Tom?
Yes.
Oh, okay. 1 success.
Right.
I thought I got no successes there from number 1 though.
You always feel like you're scraping through these portals. But it's pretty solid with all of that. And let's just go back to the map for a moment. You are heading
jump to Zalos.
Into Zalos there.
Yeah.
Your tabula Zaki dings with an encrypted message that I've already sent you.
Yep.
You also get a bunch of news. Essentially, some interesting political news. The Zalosians confirm that the area around the Kua system is heavily mined, and approaches to Coriolis have to be, well, with your cold flame channel. The official line is everything has to be approved by the Zenithian. The Zenithian controlled consortium. They are aware that there are smugglers avoiding these with some difficulty, but there are still unofficial channels in and out of Kua. There is not an enormous fleet. Obviously, the Zalosian fleet has blockaded the portal station at Awaz in a defensive maneuver. They might have expected a large legionary fleet to oppose them there. It has not materialized. There are some Legion ships at Awaz, but nothing threatening. The intelligence is that the Nomad Janghir fleet has disappeared from the Order of the Quadrant. which is can people see my
Quadrant of the pillar.
Can't
Which is
see
just
your
above-
cursor, no.
You can't see
It's
my
just
Why
it's
is-
just
No.
it's to the northwest of Kua, but just
Yeah.
above
Yeah.
Altai. That's a worry.
has just been from there, and a number of Legion ships are assigned there to help the consortium interests there, which you were made aware of when you were visiting the area, Tony and Dave.
Mm.
So, but they're also quite a large fleet around Kua, but nothing at Awaz.
Okay, can I ask the Order of Cold Flames is if we can just get passage, some sort of
Oh yeah, of course.
Mm.
You've been given a mission
Mm.
on Kua,
Mm.
so
Okay.
yes, no problem at all. You'll find it extremely easy. You'll get it'll be as though you've paid for passage. You'll get full calculations from the
Okay.
from the others. You'll get an escort if you so desire.
Okay. And for the portal jump, can they pay for the portal jump between?
They don't need to pay for the portal jump.
Okay.
You don't need to pay. The ship doesn't need to pay for the portal jump.
Okay.
When we hit Zalos, I'd like to send a cryptid message to Isabelita, basically saying we are on. I'm on my way. Understand that the situation in Kua system is tense. Please advise.
Okay, and I guess you want to get Tony to make a data gin roll on that to encrypt that.
Oh, yes, I guess so. Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to have to ask your Zolosian spy to do that, and you might as well send it plain text.
Yaqub can do
Otherwise,
Yes.
I get a success on that.
a success.
One success to encrypt.
Well, it seems to have gone. Oshian, what did you specifically ask though in that?
All I said was I'm on my way to Kua. Understand the situation in the Kua system is tense. Please advise.
Okay. Obviously,
She is my sister, so
yeah.
Even if somebody cracks that, it shouldn't reveal too much.
Okay, I think since it's 10 o'clock, I was hoping to get you to your system, but I've had a lot of fun. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, it's been great. Yeah.
But we shall have to make the last jump to Awaz and then to Kua next week. If everybody's happy, it means I can reuse the thumbnail, so that's cool. I will ask before we go. Yeah. So I think you'll get, by the time you get to Awaz, you'll have a reply from your sister. And so we will plan based on that reply, I'm sure.
Cool.
Excellent.
Very well. Okay, so let's say goodbye to
Thanks
John
for watching,
and Russ
everyone.
And anybody else that might be watching.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
See you all.
Thank you.
Cheers.